everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Jodie. I like to create beauty related content here on this channel, so if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure that you are subscribed and you click the bell just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. And you know how big my eyebrows look right now? I've had to do them because today's video, as you can tell by the title, is gonna be my Carnival 4 review. Here is my Carnival 4 palette. It literally turned up about half an hour ago. It launched yesterday, but if you're, I'm guessing you clicked on this video because you're interested in watching, so if you are, let's just get straight in with the video. Okay, so yes, yesterday 31st of August Carnival 4 launched. I actually got mine on pre-sale. It took me 45 minutes in the queue to get my bits, and then it arrived today. Super fast shipping, free shipping, it's great. I love Bperfect shipping because 9 times out of 10 I can guarantee it is going to come the next day when I've ordered. So I ordered 2 things on the range. If you don't know much about this Carnival collection is in collaboration with Staceymarie. This is her 4th collection. For anybody that's like lived under a rock or just doesn't know, she has done 3 previous launches of palettes. Her original Carnival palette looked a bit like this. Then she launched Carnival XL Pro, which was like an add-on version to the first one, which mine looks like this. It is well loved. Will honestly, hand on heart, say probably one of my favourite palettes of all time. And then last year she launched Carnival 3 Love Tahiti, which was another add-on to the collection. Again, well loved. As you can see, I've hit pan on 3 shades in this one now. And then 2021 she has launched Carnival 4. So her previous launches, she's had other bits launch with it, like Love Tahiti had highlighters and glosses and a mirror. This time round she launched the palette and 6 liquid eyeshadows, which I grabbed one of. I wish I could have grabbed the whole lot, but funds were low. Today's video, if you've never watched one of mine before, what I like to do is I like to talk a little bit about the product like I just have. I'll chat a little bit more about pricing and stuff in a second. Then I like to swatch the palette. It is just something I like to do. And then I will do a little bit of an eye tutorial look. And then at the end I'll review the palette and say whether or not I feel like it's worth it. I have high hopes for this palette because, like I said, XL Pro is probably my favourite palette of all time. And Love Tahiti I love as well. I do love the original as well, but I just tend to reach for the other 2 more. So I have high expectations for this palette. I love Bperfect's formula in general anyway, so it'll be interesting to see whether this is the same or different. A little bit about this collection and palettes. The palette was $39.95. It is the same size as the XL Pro, but the only difference is the same size as the XL Pro. The only difference is the XL Pro had highlighters in it. This has been replaced with 5 extra eyeshadows. So we're actually getting, I believe it's 45 eyeshadows in this, whereas the original has 40. So that is one major difference. Obviously it's reflected in the price because this one is slightly cheaper. It is cruelty free. I do not know whether it is vegan though. It doesn't state that. So I would just be wary of that. It is cruelty free but it's not vegan. So is this. I think as a brand Bperfect are cruelty free. The writing is so tiny I can't read it, but I can see the little bunny on the back. There's the little bunny there. So I know it's cruelty free. Yeah, $13.95. You get 45 shades. 29 highly pigmented matte shades and 16 luxe creamy shadows. I know the formula of the shadows in this are different to the formula that they've done previously, which excites me. I'm just so excited for this. The colour story of this one is a lot more neutral than the previous palettes. She says that she likes to have each palette as an add-on to the last. This one's going to work really well with Love Tahiti. But obviously it's going to work well with like XL Pro and the first one as well. But rather than just doing like loads of colourful palettes, they all complement each other. So that's really nice to know, because I do tend to use Carnival, XL Pro and Love Tahiti together a lot. But I think this one's going to work really nicely with Love Tahiti. In terms of the liquid shadows, these are £9.95 each. It is a little bit pricey for one, but I saw Staceymarie swatch them and I just couldn't help myself. I had to get one. So I chose the shade Honey. This is the packaging. Again, look, it matches the box to Carnival 4, called the Antidote. I haven't said that. And then this is what the packaging looks like for these. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Kind of a... It's coming off a bit more orange on camera. It's more gold in real life, this colour is. But I'll give that a swatch for you guys in a minute. Like I said, it is cruelty free. And there were 6 shades. Some... They're very like brassy undertones, I want to say. There was no like colourful ones. And this is the wand, just in case anybody's intrigued. So it's not a liner brush, but that's that. So let's get into this palette. Let's get into some swatches. Let's do this. I have already taken off the cellophane that comes in as well, because I just thought, oh, I'll just do it now because it takes forever. But this is the palette. I deliberately haven't shown you the back in case you don't know what the colour story is. But this is the back. And then I'll just take... It has a sheet that says Carnival, the Antidote. Oh my god, it is beautiful. And then this is the palette. So it's got a nice mirror on the top, and then this is what the palette looks like. I hope that's focusing because I can't see right now. This is not my kind of colour story at all. I will put my hands up and say that. This is not something I would normally gravitate towards. It has no blue in it. You guys know blue is my thing. That is why I think I love the XL Pro so much, because it does have every colour and blue predominantly. This one, she has not put any blue in. It is blueless, which it's a lot more neutral. People are going to enjoy this one a lot more. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go down. I like to go down rather than across, just because it's less colours. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to start with the red side and go into the greens. In person, the greens look a lot less vibrant than what I thought they would. That is my only thing. I feel like the whole palette looks a lot less vibrant than what I thought it was going to look, but that's okay. I think that's just more like you see the promo shots, don't you, and they make everything look a bit more like pizzazz, whereas this doesn't look as I thought it would. So to start off with, we have October. I'm going to just zoom you guys in slightly. We've got Pretty Peachy, which is a yellow. Oof. Brass, which is our first shimmer. Oh my god. And Spiced Coral. And then we also have Aubergine. So that is the first row. That shimmer is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I messed up that last colour a little bit, but they are beautiful. Very, very autumnal. Also, the liquid shadows have matching colours in the palette. I think all of them do, I believe. So that's interesting. And this row has the matching shade. So we've got Fawn, Sugar Maple, oh, Cinnamon, and Honey. Where am I going? Oh, and then one more. We've got Fall. So that's row number 2. The shimmers are stunning. So that's the first 2 rows. Very, very orangey, very autumnal. I'm liking. Next line, we have 1 shimmer and 4 mattes. So we've got Pin Up, which is the shimmer. Oh my god. We've got Zest, Pecan, Sweet Cheeks, Fuego. So that's the next lot. They're not swatching as badly as I thought. I remember when I swatched the Carnival 3, it wasn't that great. They weren't bad, but I just know they weren't the best. These ones haven't been too bad so far. Okay, this is like, she also said that this palette is in like 3 sections. So I've just done the first 3 rows, and that is section 1. This is section 2, and then this is section 3. So I'm about to go on to section 2, which I think is a very like subtle section. I don't see myself gravitating towards this section a lot, if I'm being honest, but it might surprise me, and I might more than what I thought. So Buff, Dwindle, gorgeous, Pampers. This is a very, very like creamy kind of shade. We've got Bonbon and Oyster. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. So that is rows 3 and 4. That is your row 4. Look at that end shade. That is stunning. Okay, the next row we have Dove, which is like a beige. You're not going to really see it that well. It's like a cream. Then you've got Elixir. Oh my god, that is stunning. And then we have Dusty Rose. Dusky or Dusty? No, Dusty. Oh, that's beautiful, that is. I have 2 more. Some of these feel like a wet shimmer. So we have Cutie Pie, which feels like the wet kind of formula. Wow. And then we have Chestnut, which, so that is row 5. Last row of this section. So we have Simmer. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Dusk and Lotta Latte, which is a brown. It's this one. Then we have Siren, Wall and Stone. So that is row 6, and that is 5 and 6. This colour here is screaming me. Last section, last 3 rows. This is potentially going to be my favourite set of rows. It's the side of the palette that I look towards more, so I'm really hoping it doesn't let me down, which I'm sure it won't. So we have Suede, Granite, but that is gorgeous, and Moss. Oh, that shade is so nice. That shimmer. Then we have Nectar and Clover, which I presume isn't going to swatch the best. They are gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Oh my god. Then we have Ash, Dusty. Oh, that one did not come off well, did it? Okay, and Venom. Oh wow, that is stunning. Venom was the other liquid lipstick, was the other liquid shadow I was tempted to buy and then didn't, so I'm intrigued to see how that one works. Then we have the name of the palette, which is Antidote and Glisten. Oh, that is gorgeous again. So that is the second to last row. Okay, last row. We have Mystic, which is the black of the palette. I definitely felt like this one needed a black. Sable, that is a beautiful colour. Silvery, this is the one that I'm really intrigued by because it's actually green. So, oh, that is gorgeous. We have Buttercup and Grunge. So that is the whole palette. That is probably my favourite row. So that is the whole palette swatched now, which makes me kind of sad. Just because it looks so pretty because it was new. One thing left to swatch is the liquid shadow. I'm just going to do this on my hand. So this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, that is stunning. Absolutely stunning. That was just like one little wipe as well. Right, what I'm going to do is my usual go off camera. I'm going to put my P. Louise eye base on in Rumor 2. Then we're going to come back and we're going to start the eye look. Oh. Okay, so I'm back. Got my P. Louise base on this eye. I'm going to try and use as many colours as I can, have kind of a look in mind. I'm going to try and incorporate this where I can as well. Okay, I think I'm going to initially go in with Sweet Cheeks. So I'm going to take this on a Morphe M506 brush. I will zoom you guys in for this. And I'm going to take this on the front half of my eye. Blend in just above the crease. It's not really a tutorial, but I'll tell you what I'm doing anyway. You guys know by now I always blend above my natural crease because as you can tell I have hooded eyes. Then I'm going to take exactly the same brush and I'm going to take the shade Clover. I was toying between Antidote and Clover, but I feel like Antidote might be a bit too dark for this. And I'm going to pop this on the outer section, like so. Right now this is giving me Christmas vibes. Just going to take an M505 brush, nothing on it, and just blend out that shadow a little bit. Then on a Morphe M321 brush, I'm going to take the shade Pretty Peachy and a tiny bit of Buttercup. I'm just going to mix the two colours together. And I'm going to take that and buff out the pink and the green. Then I'm going to cut the crease. I'm going to take P. Louise blank canvas and carve out that. I'm going to take Honey because obviously we have the liquid version. I'm going to go in with this version first just to give it something. Just to give it a little bit of a base really, and I want to see how they perform. This is a Morphe M210. I'm going to take a Morphe M213 and I'm going to take the shade Grunge, just a tiny bit of it, on the outside of this look, just so that it will blend a little bit better. I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to do the other eye and then we'll do a review. Anyway, I did my other eye, put my rest of my makeup on, have got mascara on but I don't have lashes on, so we're going to test out this now. I'm literally just going to take it straight from this onto my eye. Oh wow. Oh, it definitely intensified. Quickly gonna grab a brush. Just got a tiny bit of grunge on it. Oh wow. So that's the difference. I feel like it is way more brighter on the side by putting that on. I think I'm gonna need all of these, guys. That is stunning. For an inner corner, I'm gonna take Glisten. I'm going to take a tiny bit of shimmer, shade Shimmer, and I'm just going to put that above the green. Underneath, I'm going to take Clover, about where you place the pink and where you place the green. I'm just going to place exactly the same pink and green underneath. This is the finished look without lashes. Okay, let's review these products. I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palette because I feel like it is like the more important thing out of the two. So in terms of, I can't even hold this in the video. In terms of colour story, this isn't my favourite Carnival palette for that. I think it's just because I'm not used to such neutral tones. But in terms of quality, this does not disappoint. The mattes seem exactly as pigmented as the previous Carnival palettes. There's not too much kick up from them. They work beautifully. They blend incredible together. Like pinks and greens have blended really nicely together. I think the star of the show for this is the shimmers. They are definitely shimmers that I would reach for over the other Carnival palettes. They work so well. Like, you saw how popping that eyeshadow was before I put the liquid eyeshadow on it. It was gorgeous. That was me not wetting it. I just took it straight from the pan. I managed to use a brush with it. They are those type of ones that are harder to use with a brush. They're not the putty formula. I'm just checking. They're not that like putty formula. They are the verge of being that formula, but they're not. And as you saw, the shimmers blended beautifully into one another. Like, that green shimmer is like flawless. It's beautiful. I really like the shade Grunge. I feel like that is definitely going to be my new like dark shade because it is just beautiful. I love the tones of this palette. I think they are so different. I think if you're worried that these are going to be similar to what you've already got, they're really not. They are very different in terms of tones. Like, you would expect this end bit to be really similar to the Tahiti, but when you actually look at them, they are a lot more cool toned than the Tahiti greens, and they don't come off as neon as the Tahiti greens. They are actually just a lot more of a muted down green, but they are still very, very pigmented. I thought Moss was going to be really similar. I think it's to the shade Tahiti, but actually it's way more cooler toned. And I also thought that Pretty Peachy and Buttercup were going to be really similar, and they're really not. Blended together, they create this gorgeous yellow hue, but actually Peachy is a lot more of a peachy orange than it is a yellow. But it is still gorgeous. Overall, I give it a 10 out of 10. I can't fault this palette at all. There was hardly any fallout from this palette. There was literally next to none. There's no fallout on my face. The colour story is beautiful. Definitely something a bit different, which is nice. I definitely think it complements the other ones, and to me this does not let the Carnival quad down at all. I think if you have been debating whether or not to get this palette and you are unsure, I would 100% buy this palette. I am going to be reaching for this a lot more than what I thought I was going to. Plus the packaging is absolutely beautiful. I have nothing to fault this palette on personally. It's worked really well for me. If you guys want me to do another look on my channel using this to see, maybe I can use like a few more of these shades or something, or a few more of the middle ones and do another more neutral look, let me know. I think I might do that actually, and we'll give it another test. But on first impressions, I am impressed. In terms of the liquid eyeshadow, I did think £10 was a little bit steep for this, especially given its size. If anybody has the Urban Decay ones, it isn't as tall, but it is definitely fatter than the Urban Decay ones. 5mm. I don't know how much the Urban Decay ones are. 7.5. You actually get less in this one, and it's £10. They're like £20. So in terms of this, I'm blown away. Look how gorgeous and pigmented that is. It's sitting really nicely, it's not creasing, it's not cracking, it doesn't feel too heavy, it's not sticky, it's dried down really well. It blended beautifully with the eyeshadows as well. I think all round it is gorgeous, and I think if you are on the fence about buying one of these, I'm telling you, you need them. You need to buy them. And I really like the colour story, because they are different to your typical golds, your typical like brass colours. They are different. I 100% would like some more of those. But yeah, that is my review. I think if you haven't bought this collection yet, you need to get on it, because it is, dare I say it, her best collection, I think. Do I say that? For me right now, it doesn't beat XL Pro in terms of colour story. I think XL Pro will still be my favourite, but this does not let any of them down at all. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please smash it a big thumbs up, share it. Don't forget to subscribe, and my giveaway is still going on until the 6th of September. So if you haven't entered my 500 subscriber giveaway, please make sure you go and check that video out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!